Right, onwards and upwards. Let's go. Now we're leaving the old part of the village and entering some of the new parts developed in the 70s and 50s, where they built lots of new houses as a commuter to Ellesmere Port. So let's go. One interesting thing you might need to note about Guilden Sutton is that an ancient legend states that in this small valley here, as you can see from where we've just came from, there was once a king who was fleeing from a civil army, and he hid his army in here, and there was a Roman road that went past around here, and they could not find the army because they were in this small valley in which was well hidden at the time. Okay, so now where are we heading to, Matthew?
We're going to be heading to the village hall, where lots of things happen. Now let's go.
And as you can see ahead of us, what are these buildings here?
This is Timberfield House.
On the left, and on the right, what are these?
Shops. One's a dentist, one's a hairdresser, one's a post office, and one's going to be coming...
So the post office is the one in the middle?
Yeah.
Well, I do like the post office because you can buy sweets.
And the place which is covered up apparently might be a photocopying place.
Well, this is all rumours, we can't speculate too much.
There used to be a sun tanning shop.
Well, yes, as you can see, Cascade Sun suggests it's a sun tanning parlour, but no one wants to suntan in here. It's a completely pointless shop. No one likes this place.
Right, now, this is known as the Village Hall, as you can see, with the sign Village Hall. Here is the Village Hall car park. The facilities in the Village Hall, they cater from badminton, indoor bowls, ballet, cubs, brownies, and rainbows. And
they can be hired out to any people, is that correct?
They can be. In November this year, there is going to be a play by the Guilden Sutton players. And most on Mondays there are meetings for the committee of the Village Hall. And next year the Village Hall will be celebrating its 25th year.
And what we're standing in right now, this is a car park,
yes.
the main centre of the village, the car park, which has got the shops next to it, the Village Hall, which is used almost every day by at least a few groups, which is probably more integral than the church, to be honest. So, let's go to the play park and the school.
Right, down here will lead you to Hilltop Road and Arrowcroft Road. Right, now this way is where the play park is, where next door is the school, which has about 280 students in, with 5, 6, 7...
So this is the school?
Yeah.
And this is the play park, which is only for under 12s? Yes. Which isn't very good for us teenagers because we've got nowhere to go, is that correct?
Yes,
So actually, I think one thing that could be improved about Guilden Sutton is more stuff for people my age to do and your age.
Correct. Now we're going to show you what the Dell could be really redone.
Yeah, that's something could happen there. They could make plenty of things in the Dell. They choose not to. In fact, you're not even allowed to kick football around. It's a grassy area and you're not even allowed to kick football. So let's go there.
This is one side of the school. In this room here is normally where year 2 is taught.
This room ahead of us?
Yeah. And this is the playground. As you can see, there's lots of benches for the kids to play on. Little play park for them. Mostly it's used by infants. And this playground here is mostly used by every year in the school.
Okay, that's good to know. Let's keep moving to the Dell.
Right, now we are entering the Dell. Before I tell you about the Dell, the play park you saw before is a brand new one because the one beforehand had to be destroyed due to vandalism, which is a big problem in many cases in Guilden Sutton.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a big problem compared to some places, but we've had our fair share, is that correct?
Oh, definitely. We've had syringes being found in dells. The Dingle Path, that's had many problems with people finding broken glass, vandalism in there.
I don't think we should blow it too much out of proportion. I think there's a problem, but it's probably not as bad as some places. Is that correct?
Right. No, I don't think so.
What, you think it is worse?
No.
You don't think it's worse?
I don't think it's as bad.
Okay,
now,
that's fair enough.
As you can see, it's the Dell. We'll go into the middle.
I really like the Dell. As you can see, it's autumn right now, so there's plenty of leaves all over the floor, which looks really nice, don't you think, Matthew?
Okay.
What was that, Matthew? Was that yes?
Yeah. If it snows in Guilden Sutton, which is a rare occasion.
It is rare.
This is normally covered in white, and lots of kids in the village will come out on their sledges and enjoy the atmosphere.
Yes, it is quite a nice place to play, but although unfortunately the council has decided you cannot play ball games here, is that correct?
Yes, that's because of many of the people in the surrounding areas think that it will ruin the atmosphere in this marvellous
Which I think is pretty pointless, because all it does is stop people from using it. If anything, it would keep teenagers from doing these activities which we don't want them doing, and make sure they have fun all of the time. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, also you can see that the county council has knocked down some of the trees and decided some random reason to grow new ones.
There's probably a reason, like they were quite old, but we've had problems in the past where new trees have been planted and they've been ripped down by scallies. So effectively, it's a slight problem with vandalism in Guilden Sutton, as we talked about earlier.
Now we'll visit one of the cul-de-sacs in Guilden Sutton, which is called Guilden Green.
And this is where our fellow host Matthew Owen, who I'm filming right now, lives, in case you want to speak to him.
Let's go. Now I'm entering my cul-de-sac known as Guilden Green.
I can't see that sign, I'm just going to have a quick look. Yep, there it is. Guilden Green.
As you can see, it's a very quiet cul-de-sac, as most of the people are very peaceful with children, and the children, if it's a nice day, will come out and play.
But is it fair to say there's not very many nice days in Guilden Sutton? It's usually pretty gloomy.
Yes, as today.
Yes, it's very gloomy today, which is very similar to most days of the week.
Down there you will see the Lord Mayor's house.
Yes, the Lord Mayor's house is over there.
And around here you can see all the many houses, and we're in their autumn colours.
That's very nice. So, let's
Now,
go to Bellevue.
Visit the rest of the village whilst heading for Bellevue Lane.
Let's go.
Right, now we are in Bellevue Lane. It's one of the most straightest parts of Guilden Sutton. Down there will lead you into Littleton, and this way will lead you into the end of Guilden Sutton.
Let's go to the playing fields.
Right, now we're at the old school field. As you can see, there are many facilities like football and basketball. This is the only place like our age can actually come and play. Thank you for watching. Hope you've learned a lot about this village of Guilden Sutton.